Hello and welcome to another edition of Serial Trash Talking. As always, it's your host, DA and Rob, and today we've got a jam-packed episode for you. We're talking about the final CrossFit Open workout. We're talking about the recent moves in the NFL world, and we're also talking about the closure of the trade deadline in the NBA. But first off, we're going to be reviewing Maple Cheerios. So let's crack into it.
It's not a puff and it's not a flake, it's more than both of those.
The greatest name in cereals.
DA, great to be back as always. Great to see these open announcements with the Pancake brothers in there. What did you think about the announcements and the workouts as a whole?
Well, I think, Rob, as always, I mean, it's a polished product that's come out of CrossFit headquarters. I think the workout is very cool. Having the three little segments in there. So you've got front squats, you've got thrusters, you've got chest to bar pull-ups, muscle-ups, and toes to bar in the RX division. I think it's really good. It's an exciting workout. And then, as always, you have to earn your heavy lift with 21.4 in that complex. And I love that it's a complex too, not just the standard clean and jerk. So I like that it incorporates the deadlift, the clean, the hang clean, and then your jerk.
That was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool option to see that announcement live. And I was like, man, this workout just keeps giving. Is there any other exercises to add? I was like, when Castro's writing it up on the board, mate, you're going to run out of room. Let's just add a little bit more in there. Let's give a 1 minute break. You know what? Let's go toes to bar. Let's give some more. And that's not all. 21.4. Never released the bar. I was like, oh, stop it. This is pretty cool. So
it was awesome to see the three brothers go head to head as well. And Scott just, I think, that's where experience comes into play. Scott he's been a games athlete for so long and a top 10 finisher every year. So
it wasn't even close. Say Big Brother came to the party.
But I have some negative comments about 21.3 and 21.4. Is that in both the RX division and even the equipment free version, I don't think that they've thought it through. I mean, your biggest markets outside of the US are the UK and Europe. Okay.
Yeah.
And currently in the UK and Europe, you're in a complete lockdown. You're not able to go to the gyms. So to have that rig and to have that setup where you can do muscle ups, because I mean, affiliates aren't open here in the UK. You've just ruled out a whole lot of people being able to complete one of the workouts. And I even think with the equipment free one, like the use of, how many people can do dips on chairs on the backs of them? You've got to have some pretty sturdy chairs to be able to do that. So, I'm not going to be able to do the open workout. But
I know I don't have those kind of chairs, DA.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. So it's an interesting one. But I'm excited to see who wins. I think the quarterfinal stage is next, and that's going to be a lot of fun. But Rob, we're doing this in the morning. I haven't had breakfast, so I'm ready to go. So what do you reckon? Our first of a 4-part series on Cheerios.
I'm pretty excited about these. This actually feels like a proper cereal for a change.
Yeah, it does.
Don't get those chocolate sugar bombs here now, man. Don't forget about our 5 patented criteria here, guys. Get that smell test, that dry test, that structural integrity, that flavor integration, and moorishness, guys. Wow.
Oh. Yeah.
Did you just drop a whole bowl of maple syrup in here, man?
Oh my goodness.
Have you thought that strawberry Cocoa Pops had a strong flavor smell? Holy.
These, you know what? These actually smell like these smell like maple syrup. Like it's like I've got pancakes.
Yeah, like it doesn't smell artificial, does it?
Dry test.
sounds delicious.
I don't need milk.
No, easy. I think my smell though kind of doesn't put me off, but it gives me that false sense that this will be way more mapley.
Mm.
Will that be and you just think you're just going to get washed away with maple flavor?
Yeah.
But I like it. I like it when it's not like it's rinsing me.
They're not massive pieces either, are they? Like they're just little.
Yeah.
I expected them to be a bit bigger, but
good size.
Yeah.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah.
It's like a decent decent cereal to start the day.
I'm actually loving these.
Did you think you would when you first when we decided to open up with maple?
I hope that starting with maple, and then I think what's apple cinnamon we're doing next. I just hope it keeps going. Like it keeps going up the trajectory.
Apple cinnamon, we do have the flavors,
yeah.
guys.
But no, I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
I've almost like when the milk satches come in, almost feels like there's more maple flavor to be had. So I've lifted it for myself.
Rob, I've got to ask the question. We've seen some big trades in the NFL in terms of draft order. What is the point in tanking your season to then trade away your 6th pick in the draft? What were the Eagles thinking?
Well, clearly, dear, what they're thinking is, what's his name? Jalen Hurts is the man. They're not going to draft a quarterback. They know they've got their guy. Apparently, that's what's been decided in this offseason. Because when they dropped that last game to get the 6th position, that clearly wasn't clear. But now he must have done something. The new coach says they love him. So, why not trade back up to 12th and load up the artillery? That's the only thing that I could think about. But because with the fallout, and we talked about it on our episode when it happened, it's like the fallout of losing your locker room, and you had all the veteran old boys in there saying, well, I don't come here to lose. I come here. I'm a competitor. I'm a professional athlete. I don't come to drop games and to trade out. Clearly, the only thing that comes to my mind is Jalen's the guy. So I'm like, maybe as an Eagles fan, you're happy with that. You're like, okay, let's see what this guy's got. This is his chance. And let's get him some weapons.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned about it, to be honest. Yeah, I'm skeptical. Yeah, I am. I'm also intrigued by the fact that the 49ers moved up to 3rd. Is Jimmy G on the hot seat? I mean, they've said he's not, but I mean, we said
he was on the hot seat just to send him to the Pats, mate. Yeah. Even though you don't want him there, you kind of wouldn't mind him there. I think we were just kidding when we were talking about it. Now it could actually happen. We're like, oh, geez. Oh, poor Jimmy G, porn star Jimmy.
Yeah.
All of these. If you're moving up to 3rd, you're taking a quarterback.
Yeah,
that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
So Jimmy G. Man, there's lava on his seat, mate.
Yeah. So it's not just the NFL that we've seen some big trades, and we've also seen some big trades in the NBA. The trade deadline just passed. I believe it was Thursday. We saw the Celtics getting Evan Fournier from the Magic. It looks like the Magic are going now through a massive rebuild. Daniel Tice from the Celtic moves to the Bulls. And the Denver Nuggets making some moves, picking up Aaron Gordon as well.
Oh, man.
But I think the biggest question I have coming out of the trade deadline is, are the Lakers, is their window now closing to win another championship? Has LeBron won his 4th championship, and that will be it?
Right now, it's hard to look past that moment, right there, when he's struggling on the sidelines with injury, AD struggling with injury. They're not at least AD is not expected back for a couple more weeks. LeBron's supposed to be out for at least 4 to 5 weeks. So they'll be in an interesting position by the time they come back. What the young crew can sort of hold together. Maybe they'll drop out of the top 4. Probably likely they'll finish in probably 6th or something like that if they don't come back early enough. So then, it makes the playoff run harder. You mentioned trades. The Clippers only got stronger. They mentioned they missed an on-floor general, so they picked up Rondo. They got rid of Lemon Pepper Lou, sent him back to Atlanta, and so he's pretty happy as well. So they look pretty strong. So the question is their window closing? Yes, the West is stacked. So why are they making the West even harder? If they've got to play a top 4 team, pretty difficult. Get past the Clippers, pretty damn difficult. And then you run into this formidable bloody Nets team, this bloody all-star team.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
You know, granted that they get out of the East. I hope they get knocked over. I think everybody hopes they get knocked over. Because nobody wants to win a chip like that, surely.
Well, I mean, they do, obviously.
Just embarrassing.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty.
41 all-star appearances, DA. 41. And the starting lineup. Come on.
The Scots put the French to sleep by upsetting. Well, I mean, you could call it upset, beating them in the final game of the Six Nations. So we see Wales winning it once again. Great result by the Scots. I mean, Stuart Hogg was a bit peeved by the French newspapers just writing the Scots off. I mean, we said it last week, didn't we? The French are just they're the most unpredictable side in the world rugby, I'd say.
In the world, mate. In the world. Yeah. Nobody even comes close to these guys. Well done to the Scottish. They hadn't won in Paris in 20 years. Since 1999, something like that. So that's at least 10 tries when they do back-to-back home and aways each year, alternating year, back-to-backs. So, 10 opportunities to win in Paris. You don't get a victory. Well done to them. They played really well.
Yeah.
They played really well. Tough conditions in a tough situation, but they look really good, to be honest. And that's what makes it so disappointing when they dropped that game to Wales. They were dominating Wales, Yeah. And then you get silly cards that happen, and they missed their opportunity. What other Six Nations have they beaten England? Beating England and Paris. Beating England. That would never happen. Beating England and Twickenham. Beating France and Paris. You're just like, this was their chance. Oh.
Yeah. It's just it's that untapped potential, isn't it? It's almost like the Clippers back in the day when they had Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. Yeah.
Missed opportunities, mate. Missed opportunities.
Exactly. Yeah. Just shows that champions execute. Rob, talking about champions.
That's a great line.
Talking about champions, this is going up there. This for me was so delicious.
I like it, man.
It exceeded my expectations. Well done, General Mills. Well done, Cheerios. I mean, I have maple syrup milk now. And that is just...
I didn't think the milk setch would be this delicious, but it actually is grown on me. And you said you just have a dry test. But once the milk hit, it just lifted it to another level, mate.
I mean, these could become a staple in the cupboard, to be honest.
Hang on. Well, DA, on that, you better launch us into your review then, sir. What are you giving these? Because that is, you're just chucking out blasphemy here, isn't it?
Well, I'm going to give them an 8. Yeah, I'm going to give them an 8.
Hot dog. You have started off this Cheerio segment. Have we just hit the creme de la creme then?
Yeah.
Because that is going to be tough to get here.
I think, they're sweet enough. And I mean, yes, how much sugar do they have in them?
Whoa.
They've got 11 grams of sugar per serving. So, yeah, they are still quite a high sugar cereal. But I don't like it. It actually, I'm just really enjoying it. It's not even that. It's just I love maple syrup. Like pancakes and maple syrup are one of my favorite meals. And I'm just eating a cereal here of it. And I don't feel like I'm trashing my body that I would be with something like a Lucky Charms or a s'mores cereal, I'm still getting that sugar hit, that sweetness, that flavor. I mean, the dry test was outstanding. The milk saturation blew my mind here. So I'm just really pleased. What do you reckon? So yeah, that's why I'm giving it an 8.
I understand you're 8, and I understand the angle that you're coming from. I'm going to go with a 7 for these. And it's not to dishearten the cereal. Everybody get out there, give it a go. But I think it does exactly what Cheerios should do. And it should provide you with a good base cereal to actually, like you said, have in your cupboard. It feels healthier than having the sugar bombs. And those sugar bombs feel more like one-offs. Like, I don't want to have s'mores each I can't have s'mores every day, guys. I've got to be serious.
Yeah.
I cannot do it. We save that for the weekends.
Yeah.
Reese's Puffs, that's a weekend cereal. That's where those bad boys, they get high ratings. This consistency, you could have it every day. But what I do is I think it does what it says on the box. It's decent cereal. It's a good cereal to have, good staple cereal. So I'm going to give it a strong 7. And I think it deserves a strong 7 to be a good cereal.
I feel like we might need to revisit our Cheerio rankings at the end of the 4
There's
cereals.
There's going to be so much to talk about, for sure.
Yeah. Rob, I'm exhausted with the trade deadline. I'm exhausted with the speculation of what's coming in the NFL and the NBA. So why don't we just cut it there for today? Take us out.
Guys, I know you love this episode. So if you didn't, don't smash the like button. Guys, thank you for joining us today. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, leave a comment down below on anything else you'd like to see. Welcome to our cereal Cheerio segment. We have 4 of them to review, so can't wait to get stuck into the others because maple syrup has certainly lifted the bar high. It could make DA's cupboard every week on week. So stop it. But always tune in, guys, for the hottest sports topics. And like DA said, there is so much happening. And I thought this was an off week, but hell, when you got trade deadlines happening, you got fucking picks getting traded everywhere. You got the NFL draft coming up. There is always something happening, guys. So stay tuned. Cheerio. Oh.